What's up, guys? It's Jason here, and of course, I'm here with the Mask Ninja here, my man Riley, man, and for another Mask Morgue. All right, today, oh boy, I'm happy and I'm nervous because I haven't seen this thing up close before ever, and we're talking about a Don Post Glow Ghoul, right?
Yep, that's it.
And let me say real quick, if you guys are new to the mask world, before I let Riley run his thing and do his thing, I call him a mask nerd, but that's a compliment because this guy knows more than anybody I've ever met about masks, and I'm pumping you up a little bit. Hope I'm not embarrassing you, but anyway. but let's talk about Don Post real quick before we get into this. Don Post, and Riley, you can correct me if I'm wrong because I'm always wrong probably. But Don Post was like the first real company to do, like I say, mass-produced latex mask, right? Rubber mask, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think they started in the late 30s?
38, I believe.
1938,
Yeah.
and eventually they dissolved in 2012. I think that was the end. But their mask line is, I mean, incredible. I mean, their inventory. I mean, and plus, let's talk about real quick before we get into this, some of the iconic masks that Don Post Studios actually put out. We can go straight up with the Captain Kirk mask, right, which eventually was modified into the shape, right, the boogeyman mask, right, one that everybody knows. I mean, I think even if you're not a horror fan, when you see a Michael Myers mask, you know it's a Michael Myers mask, right? And that was originally a Captain Kirk mask, if I'm not mistaken, right?
And it's funny, real quick.
Yeah.
The other mask, they had two masks on set.
Yeah.
A 67 Emmett Kelly clown.
Okay.
And a 75 Kirk. And they tried them on, saw which one they liked.
Yeah.
They went with the Kirk.
Really?
Yeah.
Look at that. Imagine if they went with the clown. How this whole world, the horror world would be turned upside down, right? Yeah. Wow, it's crazy. Yeah. I guess we get a set of three that they created, and for staying in the Halloween franchise, the actual Halloween 3, you know, the witch, the skull, and the pumpkin mask, right? Everybody knows those as well, right? So they created as well among hundreds of other iconic masks. So that's Don Post Studios. If you don't know, if you do know, thanks for hanging in there. But so let's talk about this guy right here. What do we got in front of me, man?
Alrighty. So this mask story is gonna start all the way back in 1967.
Oh boy.
Pat Newman sculpted the Ghoul mask for their 800 line. The mask had no sharp teeth like this one. It was more of a docile version of this mask.
Yeah.
And right around 77, they didn't think the mask was scary enough. So they went ahead and retooled the sculpture, made him a little more aggressive, gave him some sharp teeth.
Yeah, the teeth look gnarly in that thing, man.
He's pissed off for sure. And
now, when they retool it, can I ask you this? I don't know if you know or not, right? So like you have the master mold, right, or the master, yeah, whatever, right? Do they go back and they just add stuff on it, then recast it, or I mean?
From what I've heard from Don Post with their vinyl masks is they had rotocast vinyl molds, which were giant metal molds that they would put in machines, and it would just spin them all around.
Okay.
And all the vinyl would form on the inside. And so when they would retool a vinyl mask, what I heard is they would pour wax into the rotocast mold and make a wax positive of the sculpture and retool it that way.
And redo it that way.
And remold it again.
I learned something. I already freaking learned something today. This is awesome.
That's what they did for the skulls. So, but this is the same lineup, so I'm pretty sure this fella had the same treatment.
Pretty sure too. Now, before we jump more into this, you said vinyl. So this is, we were talking latex masks, which are your typical rubber. Well, I guess you're all rubber masks, but this is a vinyl mask. Now, what's for those out there? I mean, I know, but what's the difference between a latex and a vinyl mask?
So basically, a latex mask can lose its moisture over time.
Right.
Vinyl masks don't.
Yeah.
Vinyl masks are like a water bottle. This thing is going to be like a dinosaur. It's going to be living long after we are. And the vinyl sticks around.
And your care procedures for a vinyl mask is way different than a latex mask. Well, not way different, but you have to really baby a latex mask if you want it to stick around, you know, because eventually you'll get like what's called mask rot and stuff like that. And I think we'll show you, like I said, in follow-on episodes on care. And like I'm sure you have masks that have mask rot that because you're a big collector and whatnot. So, but this is a vinyl. This is a vinyl, right? So this thing is, and it's solid.
Black vinyl too.
Okay, yeah, and it's
nice thick mask. So.
Super thick, right? Super thick mask, and like I said, so keep going. So about this mask, so they retooled this thing, right? Yeah. So, and then they hey, let's put it out into the to the world, right?
Yeah. So they didn't think the 67 one was scary enough, so they actually used a flesh-based like color version of this mask to fulfill the remaining orders of the 67 Ghoul.
Yeah.
And the flesh version of this mask actually made an appearance in Salem's Lot.
Yes.
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah.
So you can actually see this exact same, well, not the exact same mask, but the same mold, right? The same version, but the flesh colored one in the Salem's Lot, which is freaking awesome. I love when they use these in movies. You know what I'm saying?
Is that 81 Salem's Lot?
I think so. Yeah, early 80s, man.
And I could be wrong.
They're doing a new one, I guess, as well. So maybe we'll see another appearance. I doubt it, but so how did you end up getting this thing, man?
So it's actually a funny story. My uncle on my mother's side of the family had told me, because he knew I was a mask collector. My whole family knows that I'm the weird egg in the family. I'm the odd egg because I love masks, and so if they ever see a mask or anything, they'll send a picture to me and ask me, "Oh, is this worth anything?"
Yeah.
So he told me he had a Frankenstein mask. He told me he had a zombie mask. It kind of changed because he said he never had a clear picture of the mask in his head, but he said whenever he found this mask, he would give it to me, whether it was worth nothing or if it was worth a lot.
Yeah.
So Easter.
Well, you didn't know though. You didn't know what he had.
Yeah, I didn't. I had no clue what he had.
Cool.
He told me a zombie. He told me a Frank. So I was thinking maybe a Karloff. I don't know, Don Post Karloff. But it wasn't that. It was something much rarer. And after 2 years of being told about this mask he had since he was 14, we had a family gathering on Easter. And right as I walk in the door, I get this thing chucked at me, and I catch it. And my heart just skipped a beat because I instantly knew what it was.
You knew it was, right?
And I just got just a rush of adrenaline. Like I was getting the sweats. I was like, whoa, like when I caught it, I was just like, and he's just like, sure. And I was just like, do you know how much this thing is worth? I mean, I've seen
cool.
These things, I mean,
well, let's talk about that, right? I mean, like I said, it was a gift, so you didn't have to pay anything for this thing. So good on you. I'm a little pissed off right now and jealous because I'd pay some serious dollars for this thing because I mean, before we get into the price, we said Glow Ghoul.
Yeah.
This thing glows.
Yeah. So this isn't. So there were two variants of this mask, and it's interesting because neither of them were recorded in Don Post catalogs, order forms, any of that. So this mask is kind of like a phantom mask. Like it just kind of slipped through the records of Don Post.
Oh, that's awesome.
So I think it's even cooler than that because there's proof that it's been produced, but there's just no catalog or any written proof.
Sure.
Just physical proof of them existing.
Right.
And I mean, the first one of these that ever surfaced, especially the glow one, because only 7 have surfaced that are glow.
Wait, so really?
Only 7 of them have popped up in the mask community.
Oh, this is even
Yeah.
I'm glad I'm stealing this after this. This is awesome, man.
So I'm sure a lot of grandmas across the United States have these in their attics and don't know what they're worth.
Yeah.
Because they were produced for such a short amount of time. They probably had a grandkid that had it, or I don't know. But
that's true.
It's funny because
what made it glow? Is it the paint, obviously,
right?
Yeah,
I believe they used a powder-based paint.
Okay.
So yeah.
I think we'll do like a demonstration or whatnot and see if we can get this thing to glow later here or whatnot.
It glows all right.
Yeah. And then of course to know it's a Don Post. It has a maker's mark, right?
Yeah,
like
it's got a stamp
in the back and whatnot. And that's something that. Do all Don Post masks have that stamp? One type of stamp or not?
Not all of them. I mean, usually the vinyl ones do.
Yeah.
But don't always trust the stamp on your mask. I know a lot of people will buy a Don Post skull and they'll say it's a 67 skull. That's just the year it was molded and whatnot. So those masks were produced for a long time.
For sure.
So, yeah. They were produced for a good while, but people always believe that the stamp is the exact year. These fellows were because they were bought those years.
Right.
So when my uncle was 14, of course, in 1978, that's a stamp on this guy. So
cool.
Yeah.
Well, all right. So you didn't pay shit for this.
No.
So which was what a bonus. Mm-hmm. Now, if a guy like me and I'm surfing eBay or I'm hitting different collectors, give me a price range that I would pay for a Don Post Glow Ghoul, man.
So the very first one that surfaced went up on eBay for an auction, and it sold for $3,300. So.
What?
Yeah.
Holy shit. Okay.
3300 is the very first one.
Wow.
When I posted this fella, I posted it the day after Easter. I had adrenaline going for like 2 days because I knew I had a major come up. This is definitely like
adding. This is the elevates your collection.
The cream de la cream of my collection. And I was offered 3,000. I was offered 4,000.
Oh.
People were trying to trade me West German clowns and brutes, which are also Grail pieces.
Yeah.
But they're not as rare as this guy.
Damn.
And it's sentimental because it was given to me by family, and I'm gonna keep it until I die, and I'll probably be incinerated with it. So.
So like when you die, and I'm still alive, and you have this, and you're going through the oven or whatever.
You're gonna drag me out.
I'll let you go, but I'm taking this bad boy. Right? Okay. It's gotta live on.
Pull me out and pull the mask out, and then shove me back in.
Shove you back in, man. So there you guys go, man. This is a cool opportunity to see one. It's once again, we were going to do this video yesterday, and he brought this in, and I was like, hey, this place is secure. Leave it here overnight. No, he takes it home with him. This thing is like attached to.
I love this thing too much. It's very special.
Yeah. So awesome. There you guys go, man. A Don Post Glow Ghoul, very rare. Once again, yeah.
Quick tip.
Oh shit. Here we go.
I was told by a very known mask maker that the original. I'm having a hard time getting it out. The original concept of this mask was based off of the Telltale Heart Old Man by Edgar Allan Poe.
Really?
The one blind eye.
Yeah.
So I forgot to mention that.
Oh, and he actually has one blind eye.
So I've been told that. I don't know if it was just a rumor or whatnot, but I mean, it sure looks like an old man with a blind eye to me. So
this is why we do this channel right here, man. This thing, just to learn these little facts like this. This is awesome, and you're gonna get to see some super rare stuff. And dude, I'm super excited, man. Thank you for bringing this guy in.
Of course, thanks for having me.
And thanks for giving it to me. I mean, what a friend.
I know.
This is awesome.
That's the only reason we got hired here. So
All right, guys. All right, well, look, we'll see you guys next time on the Mask Morgue.